We have talked about the formula. Now let's talk about some more ideas behind doing these sums. So far we have talked about this formula. Probability of A union B is equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. When we have talked about probability of A conditional B is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. There is a rule, basic rule of probability, which says total probability is 1. So from that, probability of A prime is 1 minus probability of A. So these two formula are new formula. This is an old concept. Apart from that, if they mention that the events are independent, then probability of A intersection B equals to probability of A times probability of B. This can only happen if they mention the events are independent. If the events are mutually exclusive, in that case the probability of A intersection the probability of B is going to be 0. In questions where you have to find A union B, A intersection B, A conditional B, for those cases you can use the formula, and that would be most of the cases. What if you have some other questions? For that you need to use a concept called the Venn diagram. There are 6 Venn diagrams that you need to memorize. So Venn diagrams are a way of representing sets. In Venn diagram, a rectangle is used to denote all the sets known as the universal set, and circles are denoted to represent the sets inside the universal set, set A and set B. So you need to memorize 6 Venn diagrams. The first one is this one. A intersection B is, let me start with A union B. So A union B means, if you have this Venn diagram, this is A and this is B, this is A and this is B. A union B means you shade all of it. So you shade everything. So this is A union B. So the probability of A union B would be probability of A union B. A intersection B means you shade the common portion of A and B. This is A, this is B, A and B. You shade the common portion, so that would be this portion. Next, A prime means everything except A. So everything except A. So that would be, if you have this as A, so everything outside of A. So everything except the circle A. So that is A prime. Apart from that, there are 6 more Venn diagrams that you need to memorize. But in these 6 cases, you will also need to know the probabilities of them. A union B, A intersection B, A prime is covered by these formula. So you will not have to use the Venn diagram to find the probability of these. But for the next 6, you need to find the probability using the Venn diagram as geometry. Remember, here the shaded area represents the probability. So A intersection B prime, this means remove B from A. A intersection B prime means remove B from A, and it looks like this. If this is A and this is B, so A and B, so A intersection B prime means remove B from A. So if you remove the B portion from A, so this would be the shaded region. So this is what it means, A intersection B prime. Now geometrically, if you think about it, this entire circle is probability of A. So from probability of A, if you subtract this portion, is called A intersection B. So from probability of A, if you subtract A intersection B, you're going to get the probability of A intersection B prime. Another way of finding it as, if you take probability of A union B, and from that if you subtract the circle B from the entire A union B, then you're also going to get A intersection B prime. So remember, A intersection B prime, probability of A intersection B prime can be found either using this or using this, but here we are using the concept of geometry area, where one shaded area is subtracted from another shaded area. When you get a question of A intersection B prime probability, you cannot use any of the formula because there is no formula regarding that. Use this Venn diagram. So this is very, very important. The next one variation of this is A prime intersection B, or also can be written as A intersection B intersection A prime. It means the same thing here. It means remove A from B. If this is A and this is B, it means remove A from B. So if you remove A from B, the shaded region would be this thing. So similarly, the probability of B intersection A prime or A prime intersection B is going to be probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So from this probability of B, if you subtract the intersection portion, you're going to get A prime intersection B or B intersection A prime. So this is one way of finding it. Another way of finding it is that probability of A union B, which is the entire region A union B, if you subtract probability of A from it, you're going to get this region. So remember, these two are similar. One final thing left now, and this is A prime intersection B prime. Here it means remove A and remove B. So A prime intersection B prime means remove A and remove B. So that is going to be this one. So remove A and remove B. So if you remove both A and B from the universal set, remember total probability is 1. So probability of A prime intersection B prime is 1 minus probability of A union B. So from the entire set probability, if you remove A union B, the remaining is going to be the shaded region. So these things are very, very important when you have anything apart from the regular formula, which is A union B and A intersection B and A conditional B. If you have A intersection B prime, if you have A prime intersection B, and if you have A prime intersection B prime, whenever you have these three, you have to use the Venn diagram. That would come in handy. So that means for your exam, the sums that you need is A union B, A conditional B, A prime, and the independent and mutually exclusive rules. Apart from that, you need to be familiar with these three shaded regions of the Venn diagram. The Venn diagram is a way of representing sets. Universal set is a rectangle and individual sets are circles inside the rectangle. The sums that you need in your exam is A intersection B prime, that can be found using the area from this circle of A. If you subtract A intersection B, you get this shaded region which is called A intersection B prime. Similarly, from the entire region A union B, if you subtract the B circle, you get this region. This and this is similar. And finally, for A intersection B prime, remember A prime union B prime is different. This is A prime intersection B prime. For union or any type of union, you can use the union formula, but this is intersection, A prime intersection B prime. For that you have to use this one, where from the entire universal set where the probability is 100% or 1, you subtract this A union B. This covers every single Venn diagram concept that you need for the S1 syllabus. Next, we have to do some examples that use the formula and the Venn diagram rules.